Birth of Catastrophe came to be by me and my best friend. We got together midway through high school as a side project, and we just kind of grew from there because we started liking the stuff we were writing. The original members of the band consisted of myself on rhythm guitar, my best friend Seth on lead guitar. The drummer, his name was Brendan McMullen, and the other members, we had a couple of them fill in for most of the recordings, so it wasn't any solid members on anything else. Me and Seth have known each other since before kindergarten. We grew up together in the same town. He's at my house all the time, and he was my best friend. We joined the band with Broken Wings. We were the two youngest members in the band. He played lead guitar, I played rhythm, I did the backup screaming, and we really started to bond at that point more so than we did before. He joined the Army in 2006, and he was shipped to Iraq about a couple months later, and he was killed in combat. And I continued this band in his memory as a reincarnation about a year after his death.
I am really excited about our current lineup. We've got Dan on vocals, we've got Jesse on drums, Pete rhythm guitar, I play lead guitar, and the thing I'm most pumped about right now is we got Mike on bass, and you'll see him in a bit, but great guy, great friend of the band, and he just really has completed the band for us. So I'm pretty pumped about the lineup right now.
I would describe our music as like alternative rock, sort of.
Alternative rock.
It's like an alt rock band, but with a little bit of an edge. And we got the heavy beats, but double bass is just sort of tactfully thrown in there. We're not really overly aggressive sounding. No screaming, except when Dan really gets into it, and or is trying to be obnoxious. But we're fairly heavy. I mean, heavy enough to get into, but also classy and tasteful at the same time.
When I first started playing music, my biggest influences were definitely like Our Lady Peace, Incubus, and then as I progressed as a musician, my taste in music also progressed. I really started liking Circus Survive, a really awesome band called The Deer Hunter. Actually, one of my biggest influences right now is them. The receiving end of Sirens was a huge influence on me. I'm really pissed that they broke up.
One of my biggest influences vocally is Skylar Kroom from the band He Is Legend. I always thought that he was a really awesome songwriter and told really wicked stories about monsters and just like fantasy shit, and I really like that. So I just think he's a really creative guy, so I think he's one of my biggest influences too.
Our writing process is not very organized at all. We just kind of come into the practice space with ideas or just concepts of what we want to do. We yell at each other for about an hour and a half, jam out the song for about 10 minutes, and then decide it's too late and go home, and then scrap everything we did.
I'll get here like 45 minutes after the band practice has started, and then usually they're working on something, but the minute I come in, like, they forgot what they were doing and it's gone, and so then we'll jam for a little while and start something new, and then we'll work on that, and we'll record it with a little recorder, and once we find something like catchy, we'll continue to work on that, and then after a while we'll just scrap that, and then we'll move on to something else, and then we'll usually scrap that too.
We just do that over and over and over until finally we have a song, every few months or so, and then usually we're so excited about having a song that we'll go and record it and put it out there right away.
Our recording process is still sort of being figured out as far as who we like and who we don't to record us. As far as our process, we pretty much have everything written and taken care of when we go in there, so it's just a matter of laying it down. We don't do a whole lot of improvising in the studio, even though that's something that I would like to do in the future. We kind of have everything written when we go in there, and we record like one song at a time, 2 songs at a time. We don't go in there and record a whole album because we might as well get it done when we have a couple of songs, because there's no telling what's going to happen tomorrow.
She says she knows the way back to the world, but the light is failing us as the night burns. She says she left her trail backwards in breadcrumbs, but something ain't on mark as the world turns. 100 hours, 100 days, a distant time, a distant place, a sideways look from.
The one EP that we've released is short stories. It's kind of a good representation of me coming into the band and kind of learning to write songs with this band. So it's the first few songs that we've written, and then we did an acoustic version of one of their old songs. But even throughout 4 original songs in the EP, I feel like it's a progression of just starting out to being a little bit more comfortable with each other, and moving forward we're going to be a hell of a lot more comfortable with each other. So it's going to be, a progression.
We are going in like all kinds of great directions now with everything, and everything's really starting to click and become pretty exciting. So if you like the old stuff, you're going to really love the new stuff. I know a lot of bands say that, but for real.
The cover project is a project being run by Travesty Pictures, which is Jason Estepan and Nick Arnott. They are making some music videos for several bands who are doing covers of pop songs.
They actually came to us and requested that we join the project, which is you record a song that's currently in the pop charts, rework it your own style, and then they shoot a music video for it. We had to pay for the recording session, but they're actually doing the video for free. It's all high quality, high def video. They do an amazing job.
We're right now in the process of starting the video. We've recorded the song already, and it should turn out pretty good. It's in case you're wondering what it's called, it's What the Hell by Avril Lavigne, and it should be pretty extreme.
As a band, we all have different views of where we want to end up. Some of us are more serious about it. I'm serious about the band, but I understand that I also have a life outside of it.
We ultimately want to end up having a good time being in a band. In general, what my goal is. I don't necessarily have huge aspirations as far as being like a national rock star or anything like that.
I personally would like to make this like a full-time job where I don't actually have to have a job to support myself. It doesn't have to be, making millions of dollars, but enough where I can actually quit my job and just do music full-time.
Until tonight, I thought we all wanted to, shoot for the moon here, but I could see that we're gonna have to get rid of Dan.
I would do anything just to stay with music my whole life. I wouldn't want anything else.